afternoon, Cross Timbers, and welcome to this week's episode of Texan Sports Minute. I'm Harley Brown.
And I'm Mark Smith.
In today's headlines, the 2016 Tarleton softball schedule has been released. The Texans earn their 12th straight conference win. Tarleton football drops last regular season conference game. The Kansas City Royals host celebration after World Series win. And the Browns plan to start A&M product Johnny Manziel at quarterback. According to Tarleton Sports, the official 2016 Texans softball schedule has been released. The Texans are coming off a historic 2015 season in which they defeated the defending Division II national champions West Texas A&M in the Lone Star Tournament. This win ultimately led them to compete in the NCAA Division II Super Regional Tournament for the first time in school history. The Texans will kick off their season with a doubleheader at home against Texas A&M International on February 1st at 2 p.m. The rest of the Texan preseason will be spent on the road competing in tournaments in San Antonio and Canyon, Texas. Lone Star Conference play will officially begin February 26th at West Texas A&M, and the first Lone Star Conference home game is scheduled for March 4th against Texas Women's.
With a 4-set win over Texas A&M Commerce, the Texans earned their 12th straight conference win, allowing them to maintain sole possession of first place in the Lone Star Conference. After dropping the first set to the Lady Lions, Tarleton was able to regain their momentum and claim the next three sets, 25-17, 27-25, and 25-16. This win comes after head coach Mary Schindler earned her 200th career win Saturday after a thrilling 5-set win over Eastern New Mexico. The Texans were led by Haley Roberts, who had 23 kills, while Kenya Alexander and Zaisha Mathis combined for 21 kills and 7 blocks. Chandler Gow chipped in 41 assists, and Aisa Garcia led the team with 15 digs. The Texans will return home to Saturday, November 7th to take on Texas A&M Kingsville.
After going into the second half leading 21-14, the Texan football team was unable to stop Angelo State's offense and fell to the Rams 57-24 after being outscored 43-3 in the second half. Leonard Myers led the Tarleton football team, being the only player who could find the end zone as he scored all 3 Texan touchdowns. The Texan defense was no match for Angelo's running game as they had 347 yards on the ground as Tarleton could only produce 92 rushing yards. Tarleton quarterback Zed Warner threw for 396 yards, completing 40 of his 64 attempts. The Texans earned the number 6 seed in the Lone Star Conference playoffs and will host number 7 Texas A&M Kingsville on Saturday at home, November 7th at 7 p.m.
After defeating the New York Mets 9-2 on November 2nd, the Kansas City Royals claimed the title as the World Series champs. We will now go to the Associated Press for coverage from their rally held in downtown Kansas City on Tuesday.
I've been waiting. I was 2 years old and I'm here this year. We're making history. Got my nephew. Go Royals! Woo!
Man, this is the best day in my Kansas City history. I love it. It was well deserved, well worth it, and I do it all over again. What do I think about today? It's a long time coming. We've been waiting too long for this. 30 years is way too long. The dynasty is here. If you want to see some more of this, we'll be back in 2016.
"30 years in the making." I mean, we've been in the desert for so long. It just feels so good to be in the promised land again.
The 2012 Heisman Trophy winner and A&M product Johnny Manziel will be making his second start of the year against the undefeated Cincinnati Bengals Thursday night. Manziel will be taking the place of starting quarterback Josh McCown, who is unable to play due to a rib injury. In Manziel's previous start in Week 2, he was able to earn the win against the Tennessee Titans 28-14. Manziel is currently under investigation by the NFL after a domestic dispute that took place between Manziel and his girlfriend Colleen Crowley on October 12th, where Crowley told police that Manziel hit her during an argument. The league spokesman says that Manziel's case is still under review.
That's it for this week's episode of Texan Sports Minute. Check back next week for sports news from Tarleton's campus and beyond.